He's really done. Bro, that shit nuts. That's nuts. Retwisting your locks every week, bro. I know there's one chick. She not gonna retwist your locks until like 2 years later. Like she not touching your hair. Like no, come back in 2 years and then I'll do it.
Mm-hmm. She's not
Like
even gonna do that. Huh?
she not finna do that. It's like nah, cause you messing with your hair too much, bro.
I think you showed me her like a while back.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she definitely with it. 2 years might be an exaggeration, but what you think it was? A year?
she was talking about rose water or something, wasn't she? My bad.
Probably. Yeah, my wife said she thinks it's like 6 months, probably 6 months to a year before you just want to get a retwist. Which don't get me wrong, I'm not following the 6 month guide. I don't think, but that's way better than every week. That's
You live, by the way.
yeah, I seen it. I seen it.
Okay,
That's pitiful.
let's see here. All praises, man. Bro, my damn
Um,
neck and back hurting, bro.
what you been doing?
Bro, driving. I think last night I was laying on the couch room and it caught up with me immediately. Like
Your posture was all wrong. Huh?
it caught up with me immediately.
Oh, that's funny.
Ah!
He said,
It
"I
caught up
think I
with
was
me.
laying on the couch wrong."
It caught up with me immediately.
I had to come see you about that.
We got honorary member Shawab Awar Shalom King. Bro, he dropped some hot stuff in the chat the other day, bro. About the tribe of what tribe was it?
I think I seen that.
Yeah. In Chile. Chile. There was some hot information though. Shalom, Mamana. He says, Shalom, Kings. How do you deal with
Uh-oh.
okay. Why you say uh-oh?
He said, "How do you deal with?" I was
Okay,
just
then
playing.
he put John
Mm.
1. Oh, brother, I don't know what scripture you got there, brother.
Where's John 1:13-14, bro?
I think he trying
Chapter
to see.
1, 1314th verse, bro. Come on, man. It's
He
simple.
reading. He reading the Egypt.
You reading the manuscripts, huh?
I'm
Let me go look at it. John 1:13.
trying to massage myself, bro. You don't even know.
John 1:13. It says, "Which were born not of blood, nor of the will of the flesh, nor of the will of man, but of God. And the Word was made flesh and dwelt among us, and we beheld his glory, the glory as of the only begotten of the Father, full of grace and truth." Uh, Amana, what's your question? What do you mean? How would we deal with it? What's the gripe?
He said he just need help with the breakdown.
Well, from my knowledge, talking about Christ, he wasn't born by any will of man. It was the will of God that prophecy may be fulfilled. He can come and be a sacrificial lamb according to Isaiah 50, I believe 3 or Isaiah 58. I can't remember which one right
53.
now. Isaiah 53, fulfilling Deuteronomy 18, right? So it was of the will of God. And it says, "And he's the word made flesh and dwelt among us," meaning, he keeps the law, statutes, commandments. He's the word of the Most High God. We can see that in Wisdom of Solomon. I believe it said that he sent the word from the throne, basically. And that was Yahweh Shah, who's that destroying angel in Egypt, right? But Yeah, and it said the glory as of the only begotten of the Father, the Son of the Most High God, full of grace and truth, you know?
Yeah, Christians will get freaky with that one. I hate when niggas go to John 1, bro. I had a situation when I first came in the truth with John 1. I ain't even speak on John 1. I'll let you do it. I'm not a fan. I thought that's why you said oh, because that's what I
Nah,
said. Uh-oh. I don't
nigga, heart start beating.
I don't like John 1, bro. Not because
That's
John
funny.
1 ain't good, but because I'm not good.
You always let me break down anything, and you immediately get quiet.
I could have said what you said. I just don't feel
I
comfortable
know,
with John 1, bro. I'm
I
cool.
know.
You can have John 1.
You just always let me get that.
I'm cool.
Oh, that's funny. I'm gonna mute up.
I'm cool, John 1. All right, we got a few people in here. All praise to the Most High, man. All praise to the Most High. So, as y'all can see, we got First Maccabees chapter 1 breakdown. We're going to try and get through the first 30 verses, Lord willing, maybe throughout this week. Ideally, next Shabbat, we're going to finish out the chapter. Now, if brothers know me, Maccabees is one of my favorite books, along with the book of Sirach. We gave some disclaimers and we kind of gave an overview a few weeks back of the book of Maccabees, characters, timelines, the setting. It was them like a prologue, you know what I'm saying, an introduction to understanding the book of Maccabees, because it's jam-packed with information, history, battles, political affairs, and you kind of got to take a dive into Maccabees itself to wrap your head around it. So we told brothers how Maccabees is like the prologue. Even the prologue itself, a prologue is something you give. It's like an introduction. The damn introduction to the book of Maccabees, you find it in Second Maccabees, like the second chapter. So it's when we say that the book of Maccabees is its own little network of just information jam-packed in here different ways, it's really like that. So as y'all know, we got Feast of Dedication coming up here early December, I believe. So we actually been trying to get in the spirit of our brothers so that we can celebrate. You know what I'm saying? I think Amanah dropped his menorah in the chat the other day in the meditation station. Brothers, get y'all menorah. Aharon grabbed 2 menorahs. You know what I'm saying? He went drop some money on it. I'm gonna go grab me one soon. Yeah, we want to really celebrate. I want to put up some decorations around the house and get into it. Aharon chopped everybody in the meditation station the other day. He said, man, y'all used to celebrate and go all out for Christmas. Our parents used to go all out for Christmas. You know, the family putting the damn tree together. It's smelling good. It's warm and cozy. You got the vanilla scent going on. So we want to get into the same spirit, not of Christmas, but of actually celebrating Feast of Dedication and Hanukkah. And that's not just that feast day, all feast days. So anyways, we're going to try and get through the first 30 chapters, excuse me, not the first 30 chapters, first 30 verses. Mind
Yeah,
you,
brother, I'm gonna hop out, bro. I'm gonna go ahead and holler at you, bro. If
there's
you gonna
no
try to
way,
do that,
there's no way I would try and read 30 chapters from
I'm gonna be out of here, bro.
And the thing about Maccabees is every verse, like if you go to First Maccabees, I'll show you. First Maccabees, chapter 1, verse 1, right? That's the yellow. It's not just one line. Was that like 5 to 6 lines in the first verse? So these chapters, it's 60 verses, 64 verses, and these verses got multiple lines. And I'm going to tell you, it's a good read. It's a thick read, jam-packed with information. I mean, once we read the first few verses, we just covered like a couple. I want to say like over 100 years in the first couple verses. It's jam-packed with information. So y'all know what we do, man. We're gonna try and give y'all some bag, man. We're gonna give y'all some bag, man. So first and foremost, we want to give all praises, honor, and glory to the Most High God, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Hamashiach, Yahweh Shah. And we're going to jump right into it after I pull up my screen. Haha. Well, let's do it. We're gonna
Yeah, man. Everybody need to be getting in the spirit. You know what I'm saying? You would have did it for any other holiday. Do it for the Most High God, holy day, man. You know what I'm saying? Turn up in spirit and joy. You know, brothers be wanting to ask, can we do decorations? Yes, you can do decorations. Ain't no sin in decoration. You know what I'm saying? You can't whip out the Christmas tree though, and then pop a lily on the top of it and be like, you see that, brother? This is biblical now. Nah, you can't do that. All right, that's not what we're talking about. I know somebody done tried it, but I'm gonna mute up. Go ahead.
So let me. Okay, it's up now. Let's get it going, man. All right, you gotta ignore all these ads, man. So First Maccabees chapter 1, verse 1. It says, and it happened after that Alexander, son of Philip. Who is Alexander, son of Philip? Everyone should know this. Alexander, son of Philip. That is who the world knows as Alexander the Great, right? Israelites, we call him something else. We scoff him to death. We call him Alexander the Freak, right? He was a freaky Edomite. But anyways, his father's name was Philip. It says the Macedonian who came out of the land of Chittim had smitten Darius, king of the Persian and Medes. It says he smit or killed Darius or Darius, king of the Persian and Medes. If you know biblical history, we got Egypt. That was our first captivity. The second one, the Assyrians. After that, we got the third, the Babylonians. The southern kingdom went into the Babylonian captivity. After the Babylonians, who did they get taken over by? Cyrus, the Persian and Medes. So at this time, you got Darius ruling over the Persian and Medes. And who comes right after that? We get it right here from First Maccabees, Alexander the Great. So we got the Greeks. Right after the Persian and Medes, you got the Greeks. And we know after that, you got the Romans, then the Americas. Those are the major captivities that we teach, right? Anyways, so after Darius, king of Persians and Medes, was taken over by Alexander, it says that he reigned in his stead, the first over Greece. So who was the first over Greece? Alexander, son of Philip, Alexander the Great, right? And this was already prophesied by who? Who was this? Who knows where this was prophesied? Who knows? Let's check out the chat. Let's see who really liked that. Let's see who really liked that. Who in the scriptures like that? Who knows where First Maccabees chapter 1 was prophesied? Who prophesied it? Where is it at in the scriptures, man? If nobody knows, I'm gonna go kill myself. All right, cool. All praises. Shawab, you stopped. You did a good thing. Daniel prophesied about this. But where? Tell me. What chapter? Or else I'm gonna start striking myself.
His brother got legion on him.
Tell us where, Shawab.
I don't think Schwab got it.
Man, he got it.
I don't think he got it, bro.
Bro, he got it. If he don't have it,
it's over for you, huh?
I'm gonna go to town on myself.
He's gonna go to town.
Come on, man. Don't do this to me, Shawab. Look, just tell me the chapter. Melodic Tune, Shalom, King. I don't know if you heard it yet, bro. We're trying to figure out this right here. First Maccabees chapter 1. You got, and it happened after that Alexander, son of Philip the Macedonian, who came out of the land of Chittim, had smitten Darius, king of the Persians and Medes, that he reigned in his stead, the first over Greece. Where is this prophesied? Where is this prophesied in the scriptures? Come on, man. I'm telling you, if I don't get answers,
you don't got it, bro.
Shawab.
You don't got it, bro.
You know what? I see why he said Daniel 7, and it's not a bad answer, honestly. I actually can take Daniel 7, so I don't have to go to town on myself. You feel me? Because Daniel 7 goes over the beast, and you can use that. But in more detail, he said, bro, I said it already. In more detail, Daniel chapter 8, it goes over the Persian and Medes being taken over by by Alexander the Great. And so Daniel chapter 8 is really the key right there, because it gives you in depth. Yeah, see, Shawab, I almost had to kill myself, man. I don't know if I'm gonna deal with you like that no more. Verse 2. It says, and made many wars and won many strongholds and slew the kings of the earth. So Alexander was putting in work. Let's just say that. He was killing everybody. He made many wars. He won many strongholds. I mean, the strong cities, he was taking them down like they was nothing. And he was killing a whole bunch of the kings of the earth. It says, and went through to the ends of the earth and took spoils of many nations, insomuch that the earth was quiet before him. And whereupon he was exalted and his heart was lifted up. In Daniel chapter 8, these things are mentioned verbatim. What does it say, Aharon? It says, and the he goat, and he touched not the ground.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, let me read that part.
Sure, go for it.
Okay. Let me see. I'm here. I'm trying to find that part. I'm gonna start at verse 4. No, I'm gonna start at verse 6. It says, and he came to the ram that had two horns, which I had seen standing before the river, and ran unto him in the fury of his power. And I saw him come close unto the ram, and he moved with choler against him, and he smote the ram and brake his two horns. And there was no power in the ram to stand before him, but cast him down to the ground and stamped upon him, and there was none that could deliver the ram out of his hand.
Real quick, the
Go ahead.
ram represents the Persian and Medes in the empire. It described the ram having two what, King?
Two horns.
Two horns. The two horns represent the joint kingdoms, right? The Persians and the Medes. But who smote them down? The he goat. What verse was you at? 8?
I read 6 and 7.
Okay. Con.
I'm gonna jump down to get what you said though, real quick.
Con.
Daniel 8 and 20. The ram which thou sawest having two horns are the kings of Media and Persia, and the rough he goat, or Slakia, and the rough goat is the king of Grecia, and the great horn that is between his eyes is the first king.
Right. So the horn in the scriptures, you got to know this. Horns represents power, and usually that horn will represent a king. Usually, right? But in this case, it does represent the king, and it tells you verbatim it was the first king over Grecia. When we read Daniel chapter 1, verse 1, excuse me, why I say that? First Maccabees chapter 1, verse 1, it says, and it happened after that Alexander, son of Philip the Macedonian, who came out of the land of Chittim, had smitten Darius, king of the Persians and Medes, and he reigned in his stead, the first over Greece. That's exactly what Daniel chapter 8 and 20 is going into. Or 21, rather. Daniel chapter 8 is beautiful, man.
Yes, it is.
What we need to do is do a breakdown over Daniel chapter 8 at some point.
Yeah.
At some point. Because it's such a fun prophecy. It's kind of easy to learn and teach. And it just goes good with history, man. It's good history. So I think I'm gonna jump back to Maccabees.
Con, if you need anything in Daniel, I'm holding it. I'm just sitting there on it.
Yes, sir. All right, so we were at First Maccabees chapter 1. Now we read 3. I'm gonna read it again. It says, and went through the ends of the earth and took spoils of many nations, and so much that the earth was quiet before him, whereupon he was exalted and his heart was lifted up. So you're going to find out that he was knocking people down very, very quickly. War usually takes a lot of time, but Alexander, he was running through niggas, right? He was running through people. So normally, whenever you the top G, you know what I'm saying, you wax in pride, right? You get more prideful. Whenever you're killing people, you're taking over cities, knocking down strongholds, getting spoils, loot, gold, money, wealth, fame. Everyone knows about you. You're going to wax mighty in pride. So his heart was lifted up. That's what that means. It says, and he gathered a strong host and ruled over countries and nations and kings who became tributaries unto him. So now a tributary to someone who has to pay taxes. You got all of these different nations and countries being ruled by the Greeks. This is the very beginning of the world being Hellenized. Everyone becoming Greeks. You got to pay homage to Alexander. You got to pay taxes to Alexander and the Greeks. Everyone's learning goddamn Greek, speaking in Greek, eating Greek dishes and foods, wearing the damn, what's that Greek, what's that called? It's a like clothing. You know what I'm talking about? Damn Greek clothes. It's
talking about the damn scarves and shit, or the little whatever.
Yeah, it's a Greek clothing. It's a specific one. Look at this. This is gross. Yeah, look, just that Greek drip. Look at that.
Oh, yeah,
You
that's
see
where,
that
that's where
Greek
it's at.
drip? Look at that Greek drip.
Where's that right there?
You see that? That motherfucker hitting in the ancient world.
They wear that in the house and then walk outside and take that bad boy off. Just be naked.
Yeah. Look at this freak out. Look at him.
Yeah.
Look at him. Just the Greek drip. So now everybody becomes Greeks. It says clothing for both women and men consisted of two main garments, a tunic, either way, peplos, chiton, and a cloak was a simply large rectangle or heavy fabric, usually wool, folded over. Anyways, it was something else, but this is enough. I don't want to just sit here and meditate on the Greek drip. Anyways, verse 5. And after these things, he fell sick. All praises to the Most High. It says, and perceived that he should die. So you got Alexander about to die. Watch what he does, right? This is prophesied in Daniel. I think it was the next verse that you had just read. So it might have been Daniel 8:22. Watch what he do. And we're going to compare it with what it says in Daniel. Alexander got sick. He's finna die. And he does what? Wherefore he called his servants, such as were honorable and had been brought up with him from his youth, and parted his kingdom among them while he was yet alive. Mind you, this is a crazy thing. This isn't a damn Israelite practice. This isn't what we do. When David died, did he part his kingdom to damn 8 sons, to 8 men? No, he said, look, I'm gonna give it to Solomon. When Solomon died, guess what? The kingdom was supposed to just go to Rehoboam. We know that a split happened. The main thing that I'm trying to teach y'all is that we give the damn kingdom to one man. He said, you know what? And he rubbed his hands together like he said, I'm going to give it to all. I'm going to give it to like 4 men. And right. So let's read verse 6 in Daniel chapter 8. Let's find that. Let's go to Daniel chapter 8 and 22.
You want me to get the interpretation, or you want me to get the original prophecy? They both work, but where do you want me at?
Let's get the original prophecy.
Okay. Daniel 8 and 8. It says, therefore the he-goat waxed very great.
And when he was strong. Salakia, the he-goat is Alexander the Great. Salakia, go ahead.
You good. Therefore the he-goat waxed very great, And when he was strong, the great horn was broken. And
What does
for
that
it,
mean? That the horn that was broken, that's symbolic for his death. Go ahead.
came up four notable ones toward the four winds of heaven.
So after he died, the four notable ones that rose up was the four men that were going to rule his kingdom. Right. So let's get the interpretation.
God. 8 and 20. I'm gonna start at 21. And the rough he goat is the king of Grecia, and the great horn that is between his eyes is the first king. Now that being broken, whereas four stood up for it, four kingdoms shall stand up out of the nation, but not in his power.
So four people are going to be rose up after his death to rule and govern his whole kingdom. Everybody he got as tributaries, these different lands, provinces, notables. I mean, they're going to rise up. Mind you, he knocked down everybody. It's a lot of land. It is, I mean, all the way down to Egypt, all the way up to Babylon. I mean, everywhere. He was everywhere, right? He knocked down everybody. So these four men were chosen from him on his deathbed, and they're supposed to rule his kingdom. Now it says in verse 22 in Daniel 8 and 22, now that being broken, that means now that being broken, that's just him dying, right? Because it's just because they already said that he was the horn. Being broken, he's talking about that horn. That horn being broken just represents Alexander the Great dying. That's it. It says, now that being broken, whereas four stood up for it, four kingdoms shall stand up out of the nation, but not in his power. So four kings are going to rise up, but they're not going to rule in the honor of Alexander the Great. They're going to do their own goddamn thing. When it says, but not in his power, that's what that's going into. They're not going to be moving in the spirit of Alexander the Great. They're going to be doing their own goddamn thing. Right? How do we know that? We got context. We got other scriptures. We got the book of Maccabees. So we're going to go back to First Maccabees chapter 1, and we're only at verse 6. Good God. Let's read verse 6. Let's get some understanding, and we're going to keep moving. Wherefore he called his servants such as were honorable and had been brought up with him from his youth, and parted his kingdom among them while he was yet alive. So Alexander reigned 12 years, then died. That is a short reign.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? It's a short reign when you compare everything that he accomplished. All of the people he put underneath him in subjection, Hellenizing the whole world. He accomplished a lot in 12 years. He accomplished a lot. You know, but we've seen some short reigns. Short reigns can get a lot shorter than that. There's niggas who
Hey,
reign.
real quick,
What's up?
I just googled this. How fast did Alexander the Great conquer? It says a great conqueror in 13 short years. Mind they put short on there for a reason. In 13 short years, he amassed the largest empire in the entire ancient world.
See
An
that?
empire that covered 3,000 miles, and he did this without the benefit of modern technology and weaponry. It says in his day, troop movements were primarily on foot and communications were face to face. Even in today's age, going to war takes years,
Right.
right? This man went to war with many nations and conquered the whole known world. Mind you, I said the known world. He conquered the whole known world in 13 short years. That's, man, that's crazy. That's all I want to add to it, though.
Bet. So he was knocking shit down. I'm speaking frank, he was knocking shit down, right? We don't mess with Alexander though. right?
Yeah,
But
that
you
don't
know,
make him an Israelite. You know what I'm
yeah, we
saying?
won't mess with Alexander. He did do some crazy stuff though. Hey, a word around town, he had the help of God. That's all I'm saying.
Right.
That's all I'm saying. Word around town, yeah. We'll dive into that in a less formal setting. Anyways,
Hey,
verse 8. Huh?
I was gonna say so did Nebuchadnezzar, and that didn't mean
Hey,
nothing. He
ain't
still
even
died to death.
hey, it's turned him to a beast. You didn't want to acknowledge God. Now I got to smoke. That's what brothers got to understand. The Most High will utilize a damn heathen to accomplish whatever the hell he want to accomplish. He will use
Mm-hmm.
everybody. He'll use any and everybody. The Most High already told us that he will. He said, if your ways please him, he will make your enemies treat you well.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we actually seen this when we were trying to, because we were down south, right? We were trying to make it up north, um, and get out of slavery, right here in America. What happened? You had our enemies and treating us well, hiding us from damn taskmasters, for lack of better terms, hiding us underneath their house. I mean, you had they was helping us get up north so we could get out of slavery, so we could be free. So just be aware the Most High uses anybody. You know what I'm saying? The Most High can use a goddamn Edomite to save your life. He can. I wouldn't bet on it. You know what I'm saying? Definitely don't bet on it. But that's the thing, though. Right? And it can be backed up with scriptures. Moving on. So Alexander reigned 12 years and then died. Verse 8. And his servants bear rule everyone in his place. What phone is that?
That brother got FEMA at his door.
Oh, you know what that is? That's my work phone. It's that Android, the Shark game. I mean, their last name was Hayes. That's weird.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
All right. So it says, and his servants bear rule everyone in his place. It says, and after his death, they all put crowns upon themselves. So the 4 horns that rose up after Alexander the Great, they bear rule in his place and they crowned themselves, right? They became kings in their own rights. It says, so did their sons after them many years, and evils were multiplied in the earth. It's a lot to unpack. Let me grab a proverb. It got to be like chapter 30 or 29. All right, this is Proverbs 29 and verse 2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. That's a beautiful proverb. Why do I say that? As a growing nation, we meditate on revenge, right? Rightfully so. All praise to the Most High. You know what I'm saying? We should meditate on it. The Most High said he was going to use us. He said he were gonna use us to knock down Edomites. He said that in the book of Ezekiel, right? Chapter 25 to 14 verse. To take vengeance. So I never want to take that away. I can't. There's nothing I can do to take that away. I can't. There's nothing I could do if I wanted to, and I don't want to. But as a young nation, we kind of focus on that, like that's what this is all about. And me personally, I think once our nation matures more, we won't just only be focused on revenge. We'll be focused on the whole thing, the whole bigger picture. Yes, we're going to take revenge. We're going to put our enemies in captivity. We're going to rule over them. I mean, and it's not going to be pretty. But after that, it is still our job to govern this whole world. And like the proverb says, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But yeah, it's going to get ugly. I mean, even in Revelation, it says we're going to reward them double to what they gave us. The cup that they're going to have to drink bitter, hot, fire. They're going to get their ass whooped, to say the least. It's gonna be a lot of death, and the Israelites gonna have their hands all in there, and we gonna be. Hey, Psalms tell you we're gonna be jigging in their blood. I don't want to take that
Say
away.
that.
It say that.
You
I seen it in there, bro.
ain't right that, brother.
Did I put that there? Let me go grab it.
He
It
said, I
gotta be
put that
like
there.
Psalms. Gosh, bro. It's been a minute. One of the brothers know in the chat.
Remember we was watching Rick and Morty and that's what they was doing?
It was crazy. I'm like, what? Is it
That's
58?
wild.
Man, I might need to pull out my old sword. Who know that one? Maybe it's 51 or something. Who know that precept?
Let's see. I gotta keyword it.
Is it 50? It got to be 50.
Ooh-wee.
58. Let me see. Do I say dance?
I
It's too old.
keyworded dance and it didn't pop up, but let me see.
It's been so long since I pulled this one out. We got to knock the dust off this one. It's in the 50s. Gotta be. 58 and 10. Okay. I wasn't 58, but all right. Yeah, that's it. All right. So the book of Psalms, chapter 58, verse 10, it says, the righteous shall rejoice when he seeth the vengeance. So we're going to turn up when we see the vengeance of the Most High. It's not going to be a sad day when the Most High God takes vengeance on our enemies. We're not going to have our heads down. It said we're going to rejoice. When you see a nigga rejoicing, it's up, and it's up. It says, and he shall wash his feet in the blood of the wicked. That's what it say. You know what brothers do when they rejoice? Music, dancing. Hey, I be seeing the bar turn up every Saturday after the Shabbat. He be over there. I can hear his music from my house. All right, he'd grab one of his sons and start dancing. You know what I'm saying? He'd be over there lit. He'd grab his wife, start jigging. Yeah, I ain't gonna put all his business out there, but he do turn up after the Sabbath, man. All right, that's one of my favorite things to see too. See the brother enjoying his family. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing better else to do. All right, so getting back to Maccabees, man, I kind of went on there. It says evils were multiplied in the earth. When you got Edomites ruling the earth, what do you expect? What do you expect, man? This ain't a new thing. This is not a new thing. So they all put crowns on themselves. It says, and so did their sons after them many years. So you got the grandsons, the great grandsons, and they passing them the dominion down and down and down to their sons. But this is all Alexander's kingdom. It's just divided. You got them ruling over here. You got, Ptolemy and them ruling in Egypt. You got Seleucus ruling in Macedonia, or above Israel. You got him over here in Thrace. You got the kingdoms just divided, but they're all passing their rulership down to their sons and their sons after them. And evils start getting multiplied. You got a lot of the, what do you call it, civilians of these cities hating the kings, and you got the kings being homosexual and robbing the people. You got all kind of anything you can imagine is going on. Unjust rulings and affairs, normalizing things that isn't normal, changing the laws of their ancestors, serving new gods. You got whore houses, and you can go into it, man. They was wild. You ever watch a damn documentary or a show over the damn Greeks and Romans, and it's madness.
Mm-hmm.
Madness. A lot of backstabbing, a lot of stuff. It says, and there came out a wicked root named Antiochus, surnamed Epiphanes. This man right here prophesied in Daniel chapter 8. This is a man, we went over him. You need to know him. Antiochus, surnamed Epiphanes, I believe the fourth. IV, the fourth. You need to know Antiochus. This one specifically. Because he's that wicked root. He is one of the nastiest men you're going to read about in the scriptures. Let's grab that in Daniel, man.
Daniel 8 and 10. It says, and it waxed great, even to the host of heaven. Talking about the Greeks and the he-goats, right? And going into the host of heaven, talking about towards our people, right? It says, and it cast down some of the host and of the stars to the ground and stamped upon them. Actually, my bad. Let me start at 9. It says, and out of one of them came forth a little horn, which waxed exceeding great towards the south, towards the east, and towards the pleasant land.
So this man, he was the wicked root that started waxing great. So when you deal with the four generals, right? They're known. Aharon went into it. Let me make sure y'all can still see my screen. Sweet. Aharon went into it. Diadochi or Diadochi. And it says that Diadochi were the rival generous families and friends of Alexander the Great, who fought for control over his empire after his death. The wars of the Diadochi marked the beginning of the Hellenistic period, from the Mediterranean Sea to the Indus River Valley. So mind you, I want to kind of go into this briefly. I want to get this picture and I'll kind of talk about it a little bit. Let's get a good picture. This is simple. I like this one. So you really got like four main ones, or three main ones, but you had a few generals, right? So this kingdom right here was the biggest. This is where Antiochus is from. This is what Antiochus Epiphanes is ruling, right? And this is the Seleucus Empire, right? You got Ptolemy over here, Antigonus, then you got Consander, and we know Lysimachus also. But this is the main one right here. Right here. Seleucus. He's ruling over all of this. Antiochus, surnamed Epiphanes, he's ruling over all of this. But they still was making wars because even though he had all of this, he wanted the capital. He wanted to come get Egypt, and he wanted Alexandria for himself. Right? It's a lot of resources in Egypt. Not only that, you got people trying to creep in from over here too. You got him they're all trying to fight for control over the whole kingdom. So it was a lot of wars, internal affairs, internal wars, right? So when we go back to that verse 9, it says, Daniel 8:9, it says, and out of them came forth a little horn, which waxed exceeding great. So he was waxing mighty, but he was mightily evil too. It says, toward the south and toward the east and toward the pleasant land. So he was even moving towards the Holy Land. And he wanted, because we still was in our Holy Land, at least the southern kingdom was. Why was we in our Holy Land? Because Cyrus, he had gave us permission and over the discourse of time and the kings that was ruling over the Persian and Median Empire, we actually got to go home and rebuild our homeland and our walls and the temple. That's what you read about in Ezra and Nehemiah, right? That's what you're reading about. But right after that, you have this going on with Alexander the Great. Then you have, after that, these men coming into power, and he's trying to take down our walls. Fighting against man, we're gonna get into it because it's a lot in First Maccabees chapter 1. It's a lot of stuff. It's jam-packed with information. So the main reason why I wanted to pull this up, so y'all could kind of see a picture of what's going on, how much land was really involved. I mean, how our land is involved. We still had our independence a little bit, but you're going to see how Antiochus come in and ruin everything. And you're going to see the measure he went to. You're going to see how much he hated the Israelites. You're going to see. It says, towards the pleasant land, and it waxed great even to the host of heaven, and it cast down to the ground. Right, verse 11 is the point I really want. It says, yea, he magnified himself even to the prince of the host, and by the daily sacrifice was taken away, and the place of his sanctuary was cast down. It's so much meat in Daniel chapter 8 and in Maccabees. This is why I said this earlier. I kind of want to just do a breakdown over Daniel 8 and how we going through Daniel chapter. How we going through First Maccabees chapter 1, and we're using Daniel to support it. I want to go through Daniel chapter 8 and use Maccabees to support it, since this is the actual prophecy. But you already know that. But when we get to Daniel 1, we're like, man, there's so much stuff to unpack, and we got to jump back and kind of show you how this is actually going into the prophecy, and damn, this is fulfilling the prophecy. And it's like we can't really just do it justice as much as we want to.
The in-depth breakdown I be feeling is just great for Hanukkah sometimes, because it's just like we all be chilling there, you know what I'm saying? And it's just, you got time, we going through the story, we get to talk about his death, bro. It's just the vibe totally different. But I feel you. We can the point is to go through and get through all a lot of this Maccabees. That way we don't have to jam pack it during the 8 days of Hanukkah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we good, man. We can take our time and we can just kind of get through it.
Yeah, because on Hanukkah we kind of start trying to like knock chapters down, and it kind of be like, not like, what's the word? Burdensome in a way, because we're trying to get through so much. And it's like, if we just kind of eat and chip away at it now on Hanukkah, we can enjoy certain parts and not be like, okay, bro, we got to read a chapter. We can just read a passage out of the chapter and be like, let's turn up off that,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you're right. Yeah, Shawab, you was on it. I just didn't check the chat. Okay, so let me get this out of here. All right, so let's keep reading, man. We got to make some ground. Let's see. We probably had an hour almost. Let's see.
That's how crazy Maccabees is, though, bro. It's just, it's nuts. Especially chapter 1. God, that's crazy, bro.
Right. So Antiochus, surnamed Epiphanes, he was prophesying in Daniel chapter 8. He a wicked, wicked, wicked man. It says he was the son of Antiochus the king, who had been a hostage at Rome, and he reigned in the 137th year of the kingdom of the Greeks. So it's giving you a little background of who Antiochus is, his father, and where they was at. Verse 11. In those days went there out of wicked. Let me read that again because I read it wrong. But this is a key point. This is key. This is key. And this is going to happen again. Verse 11. In those days went there out of Israel wicked men. What made these men wicked? Let's see what they did. Who persuaded many, saying, let us go and make a covenant with the heathen that are round about us. So this is why they were wicked. And we're going to get more context as we read throughout Maccabees. They wanted to go make a covenant with the heathen. It says, for since we departed from them, we have had much sorrow. So this device pleased them well. So they wanted to become Greeks. They wanted to be Hellenized. They wanted to learn, they wanted to get into their schools. They wanted to get more tapped in with the Greekish customs and fashions. How do I know this? 2 Maccabees chapter 4. They wanted to get citizenship. They wanted to learn the language. They wanted to be, what's the word? Inculminated. That's not the word. I made that one up. What about
He said I made that one up.
inculminate? You get the picture though. They wanted to get.
I know what you're talking about.
They wanted to get in there.
I don't know the word either. That's why I ain't said nothing.
Integrated.
I don't know.
There we go.
There we go.
Oh, baby, I got this. They wanted to get more integrated with the Greek, and they kind of, you probably got, men that's kind of up here, and they kind of like got pulled in the nation of Israel, and they kind of looking at the Greeks, and like we just integrate with them a little bit more, this could work, and you could only imagine what's going on. So this device pleased them well. That's what verse 12 says. Verse 13, then certain of the people were so forward herein, they were so persuaded in this, they went to the king. What did the king do? And the king gave them license to do after the ordinances of the heathen. So you got certain Jews, they go talk to the king, they get these licenses. Now they can go into certain places, do certain practices, probably get into deeper, like you got to be, like here in America, in order to run for the damn mayor of a city or town or whatever the hell, you got to be a citizen. You can't be a damn random guy from a different place without citizenship and just run for mayor. It's not happening like that. You got to live in this place for X amount of time. You got to be tapped in. So in order to get certain things, or even to open up a business, they ask you, are you a citizen? You apply for a job. Are you a citizen? You're trying to do this. Are you a citizen? Nigga, is you supposed to be here? Who are you? What's your name? Date of birth? This, that, social. In order to get certain things, you got to have a license to be here, right? Shout out to the Akim who was in a meditation station maybe 3 weeks ago. And we actually took a dive into this. And I think one of the brothers pulled it out in 2 Maccabees, like in the GNT. And I was like, I knew that was going into that. But when they put the precept on it in the GNT, I was like, that's hot. Let's bring it out. So we're in 2 Maccabees with it. And we're going to jump into the GNT. And we're going to go down here and get this. We're going to get this. Right? So 2 Maccabees chapter 4 is the same thing that's going on in 1 Maccabees chapter 1. Now, watch this. It's a lot of meat in here, boy. Man, I need to go back to 1 Maccabees, man. We still got to get through some meat. But let me read through this. So 2 Maccabees chapter 4, verse 6. I'm going to start at verse 7. But after the death of Seleucus, when Antiochus called Epiphanes, took the kingdom, Jason is an Israelite. But to hell with Jason. You're going to find out why. Now, mind you, Jason is a. I wish I could just speak more freely. Jason, yeah, yeah, HAN. You feel me?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, he one of those. He
Yeah, Hayden.
literally,
Mm-mm.
yeah. I was gonna say a hoe, like a tool, but a hating is good. That's even more good. I like that. You know. Anyways, Jason, the brother of Onias. These are literally brothers. But what did Jason do? He labored underhand to be high priest because he a snake. Mind you, Onias was a righteous ass priest. Let's get into GNT. It's supposed to be there, but I tricked it off somewhere. Verse 7. Later, when Seleucus died and Antiochus, known as Epiphanes, became king, Jason, the brother of Onias, became high priest by corrupt means. He went to see the king and offered 27,000 pounds of silver with 6,000 more pounds to be paid later. So he like, bro, if you make me high priest, you know, over my brother and over the nation of Israel, I promise you, I got these 27,000 pounds of silver. It's in our temple. You can have it. You know what I'm saying? And then I'm going to follow up with this. You know what I'm saying? That's how he got this power to be high priest, right? He a snake. It says Jason also offered him an additional 11,250 pounds of silver for the authority to establish a stadium where young men could train and to enroll the people of Jerusalem as citizens of Antioch. Now, look at this. When you look at this right here, I believe that the Antioch is talking about this place right here. Now we finna string together some more information. All right, let me go back because that's going to take me to a nasty link. Antioch, way up here. When you look at the scriptures, if we take a step out of Maccabees and look at all of the scriptures, we know about Antioch. We know different scriptures about Antioch. What was the disciples called at Antioch? Wasn't they called niggas? Wasn't Paul teaching in Antioch? Don't we got Israelites who are in Antioch? Why were they called Jews? Why did he say to the Jews first and then to the Greeks? Right? Why was Paul doing it? Well, now we know. Nigga, we had citizenship because of Jason and weirdo Israelites trying to be Hellenized and be integrated with the heathens. Now we got Israelites in these different churches. We got Israelites in these different places, right? Wasn't Paul from Tarsus right here at this place? If you can see my cursor. So you got, look, then we have Jews over here. Why would we got a letter called Ephesians? Because he sent it to the Jews in Ephesus. We got a lot of things to unpack. Why were we in these places? How did we get here? If we want a better understanding of the scriptures, we got to start getting our history up. And this is a great place to start. This is a great place to start. So the brothers that's here, all praise to the Most High. So it said the king gave his approval. And just as soon, it says, and just as soon as Jason took over the office of high priest, he made the people of Jerusalem change to the Greek way of life. You see that? That's madness. He made them change. Why would you, as an Israelite, why would you force your people to be something else? Why would you make them learn this language, the Greek? Why would you make them start serving different gods? Why would you do that? It says he began by abolishing the favors that John had secured for the Jews from the previous Syrian kings. John was the father of Eupolemus, who later went to Rome to make an alliance to establish ties of friendship. Now, when we get deeper in the story or in history, you're going to see that because the Greeks was oppressing the Israelites so much, we end up establishing a relationship with the Romans, so the Greeks get off our back, right? But we'll get to that. That's First Maccabees chapter 8, if I'm not mistaken. It says Jason also did away with our Jewish customs and introduced new customs that were contrary to our laws. So he starts establishing the Greek laws And those Greek laws make us break God's laws. This is why we say here HAN, right? This is why we say Jason was a damn coon. Everybody think coons is a new thing. No, it's not. It's not. You want to get in there?
No, sir. The beeper was going off, so I muted. But go ahead.
All right. It says, with great enthusiasm, he built a stadium near the Temple Hill and led our finest young men to adopt Greek customs of participating in athletic events. Our finest young men, you got our princes of our nation, upcoming men who we know come from royal families, household name families. I mean, strong. I mean, strong bloodlines, ties thick. You know what I'm saying? His father might have been a priest. His father might have been a judge. His father might have been this. His father was him. They are staples in like a household name. A household name. You got, if you come from the house of David, you got other household names like that in our nation. So them men who were up and coming, he got into their head somehow, and he started leading them to go towards the Greek customs. You kind of don't see him in the fringes no more. You see him in the damn the Greekish tunic. And now he getting ready for the damn Olympics and discus. Right? The damn Olympics. It says because of, and you know our people, bro, we hard at anything we put our mind to. We put our mind on serving the Most High. Nobody's serving the Most High better than us. We put our mind on them playing basketball. Nobody can beat us at basketball. We put our mind on them being the most fashionable. Nobody can look better than us. We put our mind on goddamn golf. We're the best at golf. We put our mind on damn swimming. We'll be the best swimmers out there. We put our mind on making some bomb food. Nobody can compare to us, and you can give us goddamn nothing, and we'll make it something. So what do you think is going to happen when he takes the best chief young men, and him himself being a chief man, even though he wicked? I mean, he was the brother to the priest over our whole nation. What do you think is going to happen? It says, because of the unrivaled wickedness of Jason, that ungodly and illegitimate high priest, the craze for the Greek way of life and for the foreign customs reached such a point. So you got everybody who are Israelites. I like the word craze that they use. It's popular and it's trendy, and we're dying to become Greeks. Some of us. Hey, now you got some people like Mattathias. We're going to read about him and his 5 sons from Odin standing on business. And they told niggas, if you want to serve God, come with us. We out of here. But everybody else was going crazy over the Greek way, the Greek customs. Niggas trying to learn how to speak Greek, learning how to do, cook food, serving their gods, and learning all the names of their gods.
Flock.
Go ahead.
At one point in time, he come to the synagogue in an ephod, and then the next Shabbat, he pulling up in a linen tunic. You know what I'm saying? He got the tunic on with the fringes, and he kind of like, it's kind of the new thing, dog.
Kind of comfortable, bro. You should try it.
This shit kind of vibing.
And now he got new sandals on.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He got the Zeus 3s on.
Oh, man.
Jake making that popular too. Bro.
And they fitting in between his big toe. And he said,
yeah.
He said, you got to try these.
Yeah.
It says, you got one more. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
It was just funny. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
It says, the craze for the Greek way of life and for the foreign customs reached such a point that even the priests lost all interest in their sacred duties. Now, that's bad, man. The priest,
mm-hmm.
I don't know if niggas know this or not, but the priest was taken care of by the Most High. They were some of You want to be a Levite because you're going to be taken care of for life.
Mm-hmm.
You want to be married to a Levite, specifically a priest. You're going to be taken care of for life. You're good. You're doing. When you see a priest, he's looked at and honored like a king, like a god. But niggas say, you know what, bro, I'm cool for real. Like, I'm trying to see what's up on Zeus. It says they lost interest in the temple service and neglected the sacrifices. Just as soon as the signal was given, they would rush off to take part in the games that were forbidden by our law. It says they did not care about, and you see it, you know what games these is. The Olympics.
They kind of out there getting down naked.
Getting through there, fighting the bear naked.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody toss a damn sword down there and everybody going crazy. It says they did not care about anything their ancestors valued. They prized only Greek honors. So everything that the Greeks thought was good, we start thinking that it was good.
Hey,
We
Salak,
literally had a Greek mindset. Go ahead.
real quick, the reason, because I don't want people to get it confused.
You cut out.
I'm here. Preston Conley just put something. I mean, I don't know. I'm not gonna entertain it. My bad. What I was gonna say, I don't want people to get confused. When it's talking about these games that broke the Most High God's laws, like, somebody look at it today and be like, also playing sports is against God's laws. No, you got to think back then what the Olympics entailed. The Olympics entailed serving idols and serving gods. I remember I was watching this one video. They would take the sweat and wipe the sweat off of these men and go sacrifice it to their gods, right? Um, I brought up a point of being naked. That's against our custom, right? It's against our laws. What else? Acts of violence and murder, because you have to go out there and fight other men and just kill them and just murder them unlawfully. Yeah, that's against our laws. It's all kinds of abomination and stuff going on in there, right? So don't get it conflated and confused with today's Olympics and just like, oh, they're just throwing a javelin in the sky. No, back then these niggas was throwing javelins at men,
And
right?
chances is they were doing these kind of things on the Sabbath. Chances
Oh yeah,
is
all
they're
times.
doing these kind of things on all of our high holy days. And chances is you got Israelites breaking off and they in there. You see what I'm saying? You got anything else you want to get in there?
No sir.
It's a lot. It's a lot on this. I'm gonna try and get down to verse 18 real quick so we can jump back to First Maccabees because we're trying to make it through the first 30 verses. So it says, and they turned out to be the source of, it says, and this turned out to be the source of all their troubles. For for the very people whose ways they admired and whose customs they tried to imitate became their enemies and oppressed them. You cannot say that this did not happen again. The people that we admire are the same people that goddamn oppress our people. It's a good proverb that Solomon wrote in chapter 3. And man, when I first came into the knowledge, this was a cut every day. I mean, every time I went out there, I'm bringing this out. This is Proverbs chapter 3 and verse 31. Envy thou not the oppressor and choose none of his ways. We have a lot of our people envying our oppressor, wanting to be like Esau. Like, let's just say it. Wanting to be Esau. Wanting to straighten their hair. Wanting to dye their hair blonde. Wanting to where this was me. Part of this is me. Where in the summertime, you know me, you was around me. In the summertime, even though it's hot, I'm wearing a damn hoodie because I don't want to get darker. That was my mindset at one point. It's because I wanted to be like my oppressor. I did not want to be dark skinned. That was a for real curse. That was a for real sickness. It says it is a serious thing to disregard God's laws. as you will see from the following events. Once, when the king was present for the athletic games that were held every 5 years in the city of Tyre. So, what niggas got to understand, Tyre is an important place in the scriptures. This place, mind you, and the games were held every 5 years too. At one point, not every 7, because now it's every 7, right? I'm not into it very, very, very detailedly or in it, so I don't know. I could be wrong. I think it's every 7 years. Ron, can you vouch for that?
I can look it up.
Okay. No, brother, put your name on the line.
I'm cool. I'm okay.
Put your name out there.
The Olympics are held every 4 years now.
Okay. I don't know where I got 7 from then. All praise to the Most High for the fact check. So Tyre, it was a hub for buy, selling, and trading. So you would have niggas who leave Tyre and come to Jerusalem and try and buy, sell, and trade on the Sabbath. That's where you see Nehemiah getting down on them, saying, "Nigga, don't come here no more. Shut the gates on their ass. If they come here again, we're gonna kill y'all niggas." Nehemiah hard, he top tier. But Tyre is a hub for buy, selling, and trading, right? It's a lot of information. It's a lot of information when you look into Tyre and Sidon, right? From a scriptural standpoint and just a historical standpoint, it's a lot of things that was going on in Tyre. Moving on, man, we got a long way to go in a short time to get there. Let's get back to First Maccabees, man, because it's getting crazy. Let's see where we at. $1.30. Okay,
$11.
We doing all right. We doing all right. Thou shalt not abhor hate against the Edomite. Yeah. The spirit realm is weird, real. Demons and angels exist. Heaven and hell exist. Do you people believe in the Holy Ghost? Look,
That's
man.
what I said I wasn't finna entertain, because bro, I get on it.
I don't know how long Preston Conley, I don't know how long you've been watching our channel, how long you've been studying the Bible. Oh, look, he said, I am an Edomite. Can I be a slave worker in heaven? See, you have been watching.
He said, you have been watching.
See, I'm going to put you in timeout. We need you to just watch. We don't need you doing all of that. Should I time out him? What brothers think?
I don't care, bro. Brother just need to sit there and be cool, bro.
That's
Ain't nobody entertaining him, so.
Nelly said in a song, me and the rest of my heathens own, it's getting hot in here. So, oh, he said that? That hot in here song by Nelly was crazy back in the day, man.
Yeah, that's what these Edomites finna be saying.
It's getting hot.
It's getting hot in here.
That's what the heathens finna be saying, huh?
You finna be screaming that, my boy. God damn, it's getting hot in here, huh?
Brother, Israelites got good humor, man. I appreciate y'all. All right. So I'm glad y'all having a good time, because I am, man. So now I just got to find out where I was, bro. I was 11. Yeah.
Messing around with that First Maccabees, bro.
Let's go, baby. Back to the grind, bro. 13. Then, yep, we read this one. We read that one. I'm going to read through this anyway. So we have First Maccabees chapter 1, verse 13. That certain of the people were so forward herein that they went to the king, who gave them license to do after the ordinances of the heathen. All right, we got a detailed account in 2 Maccabees 4 just a second ago. Wherefore, or whereupon they built a place of exercise at Jerusalem according to the customs of the heathen. Right, we read that in 2 Maccabees 4 too. And look at this. And made themselves uncircumcised and forsook the holy covenant. Now, this is a nasty precept, dog. How do you make yourselves uncircumcised? I can use that scripture for that. You can uncircumcise yourself up here, because you got an uncircumcision or a circumcision of the heart. It says, and forsook the holy covenant. That's hot. But we know that we stop circumcise our children. So I wouldn't just abuse this scripture like that. But, you know, and made themselves uncircumcised. That's the point. We don't want to uncircumcise ourselves or make our children uncircumcised on a physical way, on a physical level, or on a mental level, man. And we forsook the holy covenant, and then we joined ourselves to the heathen and were sold to do mischief. Now, how people think about selling them souls, this is a sidebar, of course. How we think of selling our souls, are you just sold to Satan or to the devil? Do you actually grab your soul out of you and you write on it and you say, here's the bill, and you can take this with you and you proof that you got my soul? No, it's more of this. You'll sell your morality. You'll sell the things that you believe in. You'll sell right and wrong. And I want to be more precise and concise when I say sell. You'll give all of those things up and go do what they want you to do. Like, it's not okay to be homosexual. You wasn't raised that way. Your parents didn't raise you that way. But they give your ass some money and you'll cast all of that shit behind you. You'll cast right and wrong behind you. Now you sold your soul. Now you sold your soul. And now you sold your soul. Hopefully they don't deactivate the page after that.
Right.
But yeah, that's how I look at it. And it's a few of the scriptures on where I got that. I don't know how I did that. Anyways, this is why it's not good to join ourselves to the heathen. And anything you know, we out here selling ourselves to do mischief. It says, verse 16, now when the kingdom was established before Antiochus, he thought to reign over Egypt that he might have the dominion over 2 realms. So we spoke on this. You got Antiochus. Antiochus is over this kingdom right here, the Seleucus Empire. He like, shit, I'm trying to go to Egypt, and he want to take over Ptolemy's kingdom. That's what we just read right there, verse 16. He thought to reign over Egypt that he might have the dominion over both the realms. Wherefore he entered into Egypt with a great multitude, with chariots and with elephants and horsemen and with a great navy. So he yanking up on them nigga. You know what I'm saying? He pulling up via sea. He had a navy pulling up elephants. Chariot. You see how I'm breaking it down like where we come
like
from, bro?
Jake, that nigga said,
Tapping in like, damn, that nigga crazy. That's in the Bible. Like, yeah, bro, it's in the scriptures. He had elephants. Yes, bro, big ones. And you're like, damn. Now I got to tell him to lock back in. It says, and made war against Ptolemy, king of Egypt. But Ptolemy was afraid of him and fled, and many were wounded to death. Thus they got the strong cities in the land and the strong cities of the land of Egypt, and he took the spoils thereof. So he kind of got a W. He took some strong cities, placed men there. He's sliding out of there now. It says, and that after, let me read that again. And after that, Antiochus had smitten Egypt. He returned again in the 143rd year and went up to Israel and Jerusalem with a great multitude. So I believe at this point, he's going back to our homeland. I believe that he already was there and he had already set certain things up. Why do I say that? I believe it gives you the time and it gives you the years and the dates throughout Maccabees. And I was really getting into, you remember we was really getting into that, Aharon? Like, shit, bro, we got a lot of this stuff. It's tough to do it because Maccabees is everywhere. It's like its own little network of history. But plainly, if we go up, we see that we were forward to them be like the heathens and to get go up to Antioch and get our citizenship and all of that. So we already know that they was there, in some shape or form. But anyways, he just left Egypt. Now he finna pull back up from Egypt and slide straight on the Israelites. Let's see what kind of time he on. So he pulling up with a great multitude. He just knocked down Egypt. Egypt was known for having bag on them too. I don't know what it was really like during this time, but Egypt was known for having army. You know what I'm saying? They was known for that. Anyways, let's see what he did. And he entered proudly into the sanctuary. This sound like Daniel 8, and
Mm-hmm.
took away the golden altar and the candlestick of light. Nigga took our menorah and all the vessels thereof. Everything we had in there was gold. But how you take all our stuff like that? Let's see what else he did. And the table of the showbread. What we put our showbread on, nigga took the table, bro.
Yeah.
And the pouring vessels. Bro taking our cups. I mean, bro, what they is dipped in gold and silver, though. We was really living like that. The Most High temple was fat. I ain't gonna lie to you. That's why he got a special judgment. A very, very special, almost one of a kind. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
the Most High did him so bad, man.
Tailored, tailor
Specific
made
to him,
for you,
specific
buddy.
his
for
mindset.
you, for your mindset.
But you gotta to get a little bit more serious. You see these damn Greeks who we wanted to be like pull up on our homeland with a multitude. I mean, this man just had a whole war in Egypt. I mean, you got spoils, you got everything you can want. You got to come in our sanctuary and do what you doing, and our people wasn't trying to do nothing but get down with your program. You got to understand the punch in the face, the kick in the face, the spit in the face. It was a big cup of shit that we just drunk for trying to get join hand in hand with our enemies. That's you would think that you would be nice to them niggas because they're trying to do your customs. You know what I'm saying? We wasn't rejecting him. In masses, we were actually trying to chase after him and be like him and be like their ways and serve their gods. But this is how he got down on us. It says, the pouring vessels and the vials and the censers of gold and the veil and the crown and the golden ornaments that were before the temple, all which he pulled off. He took also the silver and the gold and the precious vessels, and he took the hidden treasures which he found. Mind you, bro, we had bag. We had all kind of stuff. We had all kinds of stuff in there. I mean, things that Solomon had stored up.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of gold, bro. A lot of a lot of things that was gifted to the Most High, man. And he went in there and just did something that an Edomite would do. It says, and when he had taken all away, he went into his own land, having made a great massacre and spoken very proudly. So not only did he go in here, it wasn't just he went in here and he took these things and he left. He made a great massacre of our people. And he was being pompous and prideful and boastful about it.
Kind of laughing at our destruction.
Oh, kicking niggas down, spitting on them, laughing. You know, the Edomite laugh. I mean, bro, you really got to sit down and meditate and run through simulations on how they was getting down to really wrap your head around what this might have looked like.
Mm-hmm.
Like, seriously. You can imagine. I imagine this man being on a goddamn horse, on a damn elephant, and he commanded men to do stuff, and he's setting shit on fire, and he's snatching up women, and the babies, they're snatching them out of the women's hand, and they kicking the man down, slaying his ass, cutting his head down, hacking his body part off. I imagine shit like this, setting a house on fire, and if the nigga buck up, boom, we're gonna do this to you. We're gonna take your wife. Boom, chain her up. Boom, we're gonna take her. Two men back there raping the other woman, might be raping a damn 13-year-old girl. I mean, I just imagine, I sit down and actually meditate on this. I'm like, damn, these niggas is crazy.
Hey, can you grab a precept for me while I read this?
I got you. What you need?
Psalm 79 and 3.
Okay.
This is First Maccabees 7 and 17. It says, the flesh of thy saints have they cast out, and their blood have they shed round about Jerusalem, and there was none to bury them. This is exactly what was going on um, during the time of the Maccabees, during the time of when he came back from from Egypt. Just this was just common. He killed this. This ain't the first massacre. Like he did this damn near on a regular, just killing our people. But read that.
This is Psalms chapter 79 and verse 3. Their blood have they shed like water round about Jerusalem, and there was none to bury them.
This was prophesied. This was prophesied during the time of David, right? In the Psalms, we see this. Them just shedding our blood around Jerusalem so much to where there was none to bury us, right? But I just wanted to add that. You got it.
Right. A great massacre. A great massacre. When you read Second Maccabees chapter 5, it tell you one of the times that he pulled up on our people. He killed 40,000 people in the span of 3 days. 40,000 people in the span of 3 days. And then it says in that same span of 3 days, 40,000 people were put in chains and shipped off to go into captivity. So 80,000 people, man, in the span of 3 days. This is what this man
Innocent.
did. Innocent men. It says, therefore, there was a great mourning in Israel, and in every place where they were, so that the princes and the elders mourned. The virgins and young men were made feeble, and the beauty of women was changed. So you got everybody mourning in Israel, everywhere. The whole spirit that we was in and wanting to be with our enemies, and damn games and all of that shit changed, bro. Now you got some people who coons though. You got some people who are still cooning. Can you imagine that? Like this nigga come in and massacre hell of our people and take over our temple, take the things out of our temple, and you got a nigga next to you not mourning. He kind of trying to take up for the Edomite.
I imagine a nigga that's like, well, I mean, a nigga that's like, I mean, well, shit, they kind of deserve it. I mean, they been up here just doing this and that all day. I imagine a cool nigga like that, and
I imagine putting my hands on a nigga like that. That's what I imagine.
oh yeah, oh yeah.
It says the virgins and young men were made feeble, and the beauty of women was changed. Now, if you know an Israelite woman, you know Israelite women. That makes sense, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Israelite woman, and you know Israelite women,
Mm-hmm.
and we got some of the, we got the most powerful, we got the most beautiful women on earth. But when our women fall off, it's different. They fall off, it's dramatic because they're so high up. Whenever you see an Israelite woman upset and angry and disobedient and disrespectful, what's the word I'm looking for? Shameless. When you see a heathen woman and she's shameless, and then you see an Israelite woman who's shameless, it is crazy. It is a big difference. At least this is my experience. When you see a shameless Israelite woman, it is crazy, bro. It is crazy. She is crazy, man. Ahran, we talk a lot. So I got pet peeves with Israelite women. My whole thing with Israelite women. At one point, I used to tell my mama, like, I never wanted a black woman. I never wanted a black girl. Because how shameless they was. Like growing up, that's all, of course I'm around my people and I see Judite women, Israelite women, and how shameless they are, how they talk crazy, bro, how they act when they get upset,
Mm-hmm.
how they carry themselves. I'll say, I never want a woman like that. I'm cool. I want a different. Mm, mm. That's what kind of time I was on. My mama said, "Boy, don't bring no woman home like that. Don't bring no white woman home like that." She used to tell me that. I thought she was playing, but for real, that's where my mom was at as a youth, because I just seen how shameless our woman was. It was detestable. But you can imagine how our women got, how all of their pride and how all of their beauty and how stuck up our women can be, and how Man, I keep thinking of Sexy Red. She is a sellout and she is a coon. I detest her. I detest Nicki Minaj. I abhor damn Cardi B, Megan Thee Stallion. I dislike. I want to just say I hate them. I'm gonna be honest because they coons and they sold out for money and they teach what they teach our women. She said, "I don't cook. I don't clean. Let me tell you how I got this ring." I can't even remember that song you showed me. You didn't even play the song. You just read the lyrics. It was so
Mm-hmm.
degrading and detestable.
Mm-hmm.
This is what they're teaching our women, but they're not really. If they are living like that, vile and disgusting, then that's what it is. Going against the Most High God, vile and disgusting. But think about if they're really not doing that and they're just writing these lyrics for money and teaching their
It's even
people.
worse.
And I hate that. I hate that. This is why women don't need to be rappers. You think women should have nice, pleasant words coming out of their mouth, but instead it's the damn pit of damn. Yeah, let's keep reading, bro. We almost there. Every bridegroom took up lamentation. If you don't know what lamentation is, lamentation goes into mourning. If you don't know what mourning is, it's going into sadness and sorrow, like if someone close to you died. Right? We got a book called Lamentations. Right? We got to tap in with that a little bit more. It says, and she that sat in the marriage chamber was in heaviness. So being married is one of the most happiest moments of your life. Getting married, everybody know the honeymoon phase is lit. You know what I'm saying? It's up. You know what I'm saying? Not to mention if you actually, like my mother told me whenever she married my father, one of the best things, one of her best memories is right after they got married, mind you, this is by Babylon standard. They walked out of that damn, I think it was a church, and they immediately jumped in a car like a movie, and they got the shit trailing, the back shit dragging on the damn road, and they went to damn, um, I think they got on a yacht or something and traveled or something. But she was like, man, that was one of the best moments of our life. I was like, sweet. Anyways, 28. The land, you want to get in there, huh?
No, sir, you good?
All right. It says the land also was moved for the inhabitants thereof, and all the house of Jacob was covered with confusion. You bet your eyes our people was confused, confounded, torn, torn, distraught, perplexed. As I already kind of described it, I'll briefly describe it again. You have the mass of our people trying to become Greeks, and then the Greeks come and destroy their people and destroy their temple and take their shit and take their women and their wives, kill their children, take children, kill men. I mean, of course you'd be covered with confusion. It says, and after 2 years fully expired, the king sent his chief collector of tribute unto the cities of Judah, who came unto Jerusalem with a great multitude. So after a dispensation of time, Antiochus sent men to a great army to set up in these chief places, um, and bind the people and control the people and to force them to pay taxes. That's what tribute is, to give them money. So you can only imagine what's going on. I mean, you're not free. You in your homeland, it's a curfew out there. And the people you're trying to be like is oppressing you, telling you what you can do and what you can't do. And when we read down these verses right here, is so heavy. We're gonna read how they was doing us in our city, bro. And it is nothing pretty. Mind you, these things are going to take place again. That's why when it comes to being obedient to the Most High, brothers be taking that serious. When the last time, the only time I really getting into some heat with a nigga, is over the scriptures because we take them so serious. Goddamn, the bar, bro. He came up and put up on me, gave me a little bottle of Henny because we was getting hot the other day. But I said this to the bar. I said, bro, ain't it crazy? Like, the shit that we used to beef about in the world with niggas, it might have been some money, or it might have been, so-called principle and G code or damn woman. I said, nigga, we was on each other ass over scriptures, nigga. That's what our shit is about now. Because niggas trying to serve God. Nigga, nah, bro, it don't say that though. And I'm getting pissed off, bro. I'm gonna get pissed off. Same thing with all the brothers. Nah, bro. And he's saying nah too, and it's getting spicy. But then he came over a couple days later and gave me a little bottle of Henny. He said, bro, I just wanted to give you a gift. And then we gave each other a hug. Then I drunk that motherfucker.
He said, I drank that motherfucker.
Yeah. He said, I just had to apologize. I said, I should be apologizing. Then we both went in for a hug. Yeah. Israelite shit. For real. Brothers talking about the two greatest commandments. The first greatest commandment is love the Most High with all your heart, with all your might, with all your soul. The second is like unto you're supposed to love your brother. If you're not around brothers and you're an individual, like how you gonna keep the second commandment? You're just loving everybody from a distance, and you love your people so much. Nigga, you're not around your people. You're not around no Israelites. That's something that I'll be bringing out. So let's see what Antiochus did. And he spake peaceable words unto them, but all was deceit. Never trust your enemies, nigga. They snakes. We got Yahushua said, look, nigga, be wise as a serpent, harmless as a dove. So you'll see me, I'm shady as hell to a heathen. I will smile in your face, but the whole time, don't give me the chance. I will undermine you, nigga. It says, for when they had given him credence, he fell suddenly upon the city and smote it very sore and destroyed much people of Israel. So time went on, you know what I'm saying? He played it cool. He sent people back. He came in and said, hey, man, I know what it looks like. Last time I was here, I kind of destroyed you guys' temple. I'm sorry. I love you guys. Let's kind of just let bygones be bygones. Tell me they ain't no heathen move. Let's let
that's that go-to.
Let's let bygones be. And he put out his nasty hand, the right one. And
yeah.
You give him credence, and you're like, you know what?
He's not really a bad guy.
And you put your right hand out, and as soon as y'all shake hands, he kind of smiled.
He just destroyed you right there.
Got his ass. Got him.
You're done.
Next thing you know, as soon as you reach out your hand, his whole army just pull out their sword. And why everybody pulling out swords?
Right. Who's these guys?
Everybody pulling out swords. And it says, suddenly they fell upon the city and smote it very sore. And he killed more people and more of our people. That's who we dealing with. That's Antioch. When we tell you he's a wicked Edomite, that's what we mean. He's not just, in today's society, you'll have a damn murderer, right? And he's awful. And he killed like 3 people on purpose. Awful. Mm-hmm. But when we look at the scriptures and we look at a guy like Antiochus, he murdered hundreds of thousands of our people. And for what cause? You see what I'm saying? But the reason why me and Aharon can smile through this is because we already know what happened to this man.
Oh, yeah.
We know what happened. We know how the end of the story went. You know what I'm saying? So
it's beautiful.
Hey, this kind of got my spirit pressed right now, for real. I ain't gonna lie to you. I want to grab a few scriptures. Can you get Sirach chapter 12 and 10? We got to bring that out. And there's one in Psalms. It's we used to have some classics on Psalms, man. We don't even pull them out like that. All right. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 55 and verse 20. It says, he hath put forth his hands against such as be at peace with him, he hath broken his covenant. When the scriptures say he hath put forth his hands against such as be at peace with him, you got people who you at peace with and you snake them. You bite them in the back. You backdoor them. It says he hath broken his covenant. That's what that means. He said, we had an agreement with the damn Greeks to just be on this kind of time, but look, he snaked us. It says the words of his mouth were smoother than butter. But the whole time, war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords. So when Antiochus came in there speaking them words, they were smooth. I mean, Edomite smooth, suit and tie smooth, man.
He come in with being, the civilized talk. That's not how you do it. You got to be civilized.
Yeah. He was politically correct in all of his movements and gestures. But the whole time, war was in his heart. How stupid do we gotta be to fall for that? After he just did what he did to our people, after he just did what he did to our temple. But that's the thing with Esau, bro. He was blessed with a sword. He was blessed with that. That's what he got. That's what he coming with. He coming with heat and deception. When it comes to the art of war and being grimy and pulling the dirtiest tactics, that comes first nature to Esau. We don't like getting down like that. We don't like pulling the dirtiest tactics. Our spirit don't do. I'll speak for myself. I don't like scooping that low. But Edomites, it seem like they like doing that shit. You feel where I'm coming from, Malachi?
Yeah.
I don't like doing the dirtiest tactics to get the damn W.
That's their first thought.
I want to win fair and square. He want to get down there and get nasty. That's beneath me. He like, nah, bro, that's where it's at.
That nigga look at you and shake his head. Well, it ain't beneath me. And then straight do it.
Damn. Cap drops some hot shit. It says an old polished proverb: the Jews cry out as they attack you, meaning they play victim while they backdoor the enemy Esau, the perfect candidate. Right? We know who the Most High been lifted up their skirt, and we see them for who they really are, man. All praise to the Most High in these scriptures that he left so we can have understand these last days. Did you want to put that scripture out?
On me?
Yeah.
What scripture? What talking
about? I'm already on it. So this is the book of Sirach, chapter 12 and verse 10. It says, never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. So you never want to trust your enemy, because just how iron, over the course of time, if you leave it in the wrong place, you leave it outside, it's going to rust over time. And you're going to see plainly that it's rusting. That's how your enemy's wickedness come to light. You might not see it right away, but don't trust him. Over time, he's going to show you that he really is not for you. And if you give him the opportunity, he's going to stab your ass in your back. Verse 11, it says, though he humbleth himself and go crouching, take good heed of him and beware of him, and thou shalt be unto him as if thou had wiped the looking glass. It said, even though your enemy coming in, and he kind of coming with, submission, he kind of crouching, soft-spoken, he's making himself small, he's not trying to dominate you or anything. The Bible say take good heed of him anyway.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't, he gonna snake you. He said it's gonna be like you wipe the damn looking glass. A damn looking glass is like a damn mirror. If it's dirty, you gotta wipe it so you can see clearly. or just a regular glass. You can't really see through it if it's all foggy. You got to wipe it so you can see through it. It's going to be like that with your enemy. If you be patient, you're going to see that he really your enemy, and he really still wicked, and he really still want to kill you, and he really don't mess with you. It says, and thou shalt know that his rust have not been altogether wiped away. It says, set him not by thee, lest when he have overthrown thee, he stand up in your place. He said, don't even let him get too close, because when he get too close, he gonna end up DDTing you on your neck, and next thing you know, he's sitting in your place on your throne. Next thing you know, he with your wife, and he raising your kids in your place, and you his servant. Esau get down like that.
Take your whole name and everything.
Right now, he's now he's fucking Malachi and Mahar. Now he's
right.
Aharon, Officer Aharon. Esau get down like he will literally steal your name. He get down. Who are we? We the Hebrew Israelites. We the Jews. But all of a sudden, we not.
That ain't beneath them.
Right. All of a sudden, they are. You see what I'm saying? It says, neither let him sit at thy right hand, lest he seek to take thy seat. And one thing about them, one thing about people, they greedy. You always want more. Your flesh always want more. It take a special kind of person who walking in the spirit to control the urges. Esau never been able to walk in the spirit. Never. Name one Edomite who really walking in the spirit of the Most High. I smoke myself. So he not going to be able to control. He wants to go in on it. When he gets them urges to damn get greedy and overtake a nigga, he gets in there. Israelites kind of, they don't want to do it. They want to fight against it. Esau getting into it. I'm led to believe they like that. It says, don't let him sit at your right hand, lest he seek to take your seat. And thou at the last remember my words and be pricked therewith. So you never, anytime you want to start trusting the Edomite, don't. And if you do, at the last end, you're going to remember these scriptures and these words and these historical events that happened to our foremothers, our forefathers, our brothers, the priests, the judges, the wise men, the nobles. You're going to be pricked with these words because it says never trust you, and it's going to eat you alive because you should have knew better. Officer Mahar, do you have any contact details at all? Please, yes, sir, I do. You can hit me up on Facebook or Instagram. My Facebook is Mahar, Mahar, Rakah, that's Rawchaa, right? It's the same thing on Instagram, but on Instagram, it's the underscore instead of a space, right? So you can find me, King. I'm not hard to find. Hit your boy up, man. That's all I got, man. That's all I got.
Alrighty. Let me grab these precepts. 1 Corinthians.
So I could go
15. Ahead. You said you wanted something?
I was gonna say, man, I'm thinking about switching up the last precept I usually bring out at some point, but I'm gonna bring this one out. I'm gonna keep bringing it out, man.
All right. 1 Corinthians 15:58. Says, therefore, my beloved brethren, be ye steadfast, unmovable, always abounding in the work of the Lord, for as much as you know that your labor is not in vain in the Lord. You always want to continue in the work of the Lord. It's never going to be vain, right? And we're going to see at the end of this man Antiochus' story, let's see what the end is for him, right? Because he didn't have no works in the Lord. Let's see what his end shall be, right? This is Galatians 6:9. And let us not be weary in well doing, for in due season we shall reap if we faint not. Just like the Maccabees brothers, they reaped a great righteous reward because they didn't faint. It's on you.
Hey, King, I just dropped my email. I'm dropping it right now. It's going to be recallmahar@gmail.com, man. Just hit me up. Right. It's the book of Sirach, chapter 43 and verse 30. It says, when you glorify the Lord, exalt him as much as you can. It says, for even yet will he far exceed. So when you exalt the Most High as much as you can, the Most High still going to go further than that. He's going to go beyond that glorification you gave him. That's how hard the Most High go. It says, for even yet will he far exceed. And when you exalt him, put forth all your strength and be not weary. So don't fold up. Don't get tired. Be not weary, for you can never go far enough. You can never go too far for the Most High God. You can never praise the Most High God enough, honor the Most High God enough, be obedient too much. That's not a real thing. So when it goes to serving the Most High God, bro, go as far as you want. Go as hard as you want, man. Try as hard as you want. We put our all into damn sports back in the day, basketball and football, and we gave our whole mind over to it. Operate like that with the Most High, and you're going to see how the Most High God deal with you on your journey, on your walk in this truth. We pray that y'all brothers have a good Shabbat. This was First Maccabees, chapter 1 through 30 breakdown. Lord willing, somebody was edified. I hope y'all brothers have a good Shabbat. All praise, honor, glory go to the Most High God, Yahweh, by Hashem, Hamashiach, Yahweh Shah. Until next time, Shalom.
Shalom.